She's a beaut, ain't she?
Hello again, and welcome to the final episode of Storm Talk, at least for now. This is Sergeant Hammer, the siege tank operator. Awkwardly enough, that's about as qualified as she is. She can operate a siege tank. Apparently that's all the qualifications we need. Everybody else are like heroes and gods and devils and angels, and she's okay operating a siege tank. You can take a moment to read her backstory. And we'll take a look at her character model. Pretty standard thing. As I was saying, Sergeant Hammer is the last of the current characters in Hero Storm. The game is, however, moving alpha very shortly. Like I think at the end of the week.
You wanna take her for a test drive?
And once we're out of alpha and in beta, we can start using characters. For example, there's Asmodon and a new Barak, who are supposedly coming out rather shortly. Anyway, let's go ahead and talk about Sergeant Hammer. Her trait is artillery. She deals more damage to enemies that are far away from her. The further away, the more damage. Easy enough. Her basic abilities are spider mines. Create mines that slow and damage enemies on contact. Concussive blast. Knock back and damage enemies. And siege mode. Become immobile. Increases your range and deals splash damage. As well as bonus damage.
You wanna take her for a test drive?
Her heroic abilities are blunt force gun and napalm strike. Her skins are the Siege Tank Operator and Variations, and World War III and Variations. Let's just go with the standard. As I was saying, this is the last hero currently in Storm's alpha. But it will be entering beta soon, and there are some characters. I've been trying to spam out all of these really fast so that I can try to show you everything. And hopefully later on I'll be able to redo most of these heroes with a more finalized version. Of course, this being a hero brawler, MOBA, whatever. There will be constant updates to individual characters just to kind of fine-tune them. So some things might change, but hopefully before the game launches, I'll be able to put out more final. This is launch version Sergeant Hammer, or this is launch version Kerrigan, whatever. Anyway, to show Sergeant Hammer, we have spider mines. She throws 3 spider mines. They go in really quickly. And they just sound. It does have a 14-second cooldown and a 50 mana cost, so you're never going to get this big. They only last for like 35 seconds. But real quick. Once they see somebody, they get up and go low. Next, we have the blast. Now, as you can see, off, there's a blue dot at the end of my sight range. That is your tank range, which is telling me that if I get right here, as you can see, it thickens up as you turn to tank mode. You can still use all of your abilities on tank mode or siege mode, but you can't move. Which is technically not true because you always actually get a thruster. Your thruster is your mount alternate. It has a 20-second cooldown. It will instantly get you out of siege mode, and you can use it to get away really fast.
Delighted to, sir.
Sergeant Hammer has 770 HP with a 1.61 regeneration, 500 mana with a 3-point regeneration. She does 44 damage at 1 attack per second with a range of 5.5, 10.5 in siege mode. Do remember, siege mode also deals an additional 30% to minions and structures. And the further away, enemies out, I believe it's enemies outside of your normal attack range, you deal 20% more damage. Okay, that's the level up.
Choose a talent.
At level 30, she has 5,700 HP with 11.91 regeneration, 790 with 5.83 regeneration. She deals 421 damage per attack. Okay. The Sergeant Hammer, we're going to do the standard 1-2 for the first build. So, you have Advanced Artillery. Increase the damage bonus to long-distance targets by 10%. Or Lethal Blast. Increases the damage of Concussive Blast by 50%. Later on, she also gets Resistance. When in siege mode, durations of silence, stuns, slows, and roots are 75%. Or reduced by 75%. Or Ambush. Cloak, when you enter siege mode, your basic attack or your next basic attack will deal 100% more damage. Ambush is fun, but iffy. Regeneration Master, General Talent. I take this one a lot more often than I probably should with her. Ambush is really good, and Advanced Artillery is really good. Oh, they moved it all the way back there. You also get Hover Siege, which allows you to move at half speed whenever in siege mode. Now it's at level 16, but mixed with Ambush, you can move well close. Although people will see you, but still, you can do it. We're going to take Advanced Artillery.
Choose a talent.
At level 4, we have Focused Attack, General Talent, and Vampiric Assault, which is our heal. You also get Maelstrom Shells. Increases your standard basic attack range by 20%. Or Excessive Force. Doubles the knockback distance of Concussive Blast. Maelstrom Shells is not bad, but we're going to go with Vampiric.
Choose a talent.
At level 7, you have Slowing Mines. Increase the movement speed slow of Spider Mines by 40%. Oh, to 40%, up from 25%. You also get Hyper Cooling Engines. Reduce the cooldown of thrusters by 10%. Thrusters are always active while at the ult. The 30-second cooldown, and this ability, whenever you're at B, you have thrusters active passively in here without having to activate. First Aid, General Talent. We'll take the thrusters just so we can get in and out of trouble a little bit easier.
Choose a talent.
Blunt Force Gun deals 1,090 damage to enemies within its path.
That looks like fun.
So, to demonstrate this ability,
A little violence.
shoot a big bullet. Deals a lot of damage. Has a 70-second cooldown. Not that bad. First force, and focus it a little bit. If you can drop this down a minion way, you can devastate it.
Absolutely.
Now, at level 13, we have Giant Killer. General Talent. We also have First Strike. Basic attacks deal 25% more damage if you haven't attacked in the last 5 seconds. Basically, 25% more mixed with this 30% damage here for like a total of what? 55% damage just if you haven't attacked in a while. The problem is this pretty much says try not to attack that often. You also get bullhead mines, spider mines knocked back a short distance, and barricade. Create a wall of path blocking debris for 4 seconds after using concussive blast. We're going to take giant killers just because 1-2.
Choose a talent.
At level 16, executioner and stone skin are general talents. You also have minefield, increases the number of mines deployed by 2. Hover mine or hover siege mode, which allows you to move in siege mode at 60%, or gradual range. Well, in siege mode, your standard basic attack range increases by 20% every 3 seconds up to 100%. So, gradual range allows you to shoot further than normal siege mode over time. Now, basically, if you could get gradual and hover at the same time somehow, it'd be nice. But gradual kind of falls short because it basically says, stand here, let's see, 20, so stand here for 15 seconds. And you'll be able to attack all the way over here. The thing is, 15 seconds. Okay, 15 seconds. I just destroyed a wall.
I got this.
Better position. Okay, I destroyed the gate, both towers, in exactly 15 seconds. So you're telling me that, oh yeah, you could have done that from the bush? Screw doing it from the bush. I'll just get up a little closer and take it out. No big deal. So we're going to take minefield.
Choose a talent.
It allows 5 mines. We're also she also has the Fury of the Storm and Resurgence of the Storm general talents at 20. She also has Orbital BFG. Blunt Force Missile orbits the planet every 5 seconds. So, what this does, let's name something we like, and fire. And look at that. And that's what will happen. Every 5 seconds, my big bullet keeps coming back over and over and over. But if I fire another one for any reason, it will choose the new direction.
Move it or lose it.
It also works in reverse. So, if I just fire through here. Again, it will take 5 seconds to start,
Roll.
but as soon as that ends, or 5 seconds happen, you can completely destroy the enemy base just by setting up a couple of good routes.
My gun.
Or,
Absolutely.
say if you're on the Turn-It, the coin map, the Pirates coin map, that shouldn't be the bullet attack. If you're on the Pirates coin map, you can fire this up to constantly get damage throughout the coin.
Delighted.
Opinions on.
sir.
Choose a talent.
Apparently the map thinks there's another BFG supposed to be. Yeah, that's a bug that probably needs to be worked out. Okay, this time we're going to take ambush.
Ha! Yeah!
Take
Choose a
force,
talent.
cooldown, napalm strike. Deal 520 damage on an impact area, and deal an additional 150 damage a second for 4 seconds. This ability also has an extremely fast cooldown. And this ability is basically meant to be spam. Okay, this time we're going to take
Choose
barricade,
a talent.
hovering siege mode, and advanced strike. Napalm's range is increased by 75%, and its impact does 50% more damage.
Rock and roll!
So, from the middle lane,
Delivering payload!
at level 30, 3 napalm strikes.
Spread the love! Absolutely!
Now, do you remember? I also have the ambush tank.
Move it or
Sadly
lose
enough,
it!
that does not recloak ever. So, let's go ahead. I'm going to start up in tank mode, be invisible. Around behind him a little bit. Range.
I never tread.
Start dropping it. I put up my barricade so that he can do it, but he can't get past me. And he dropped it.
Affirmative!
And it's
Choose a talent.
Proceeding!
now, all in all, the way I build normally, depending on the map,
Choose a
depends on which
talent.
hero talent I take. I don't actually like the blunt force gun. I kind of like the napalm strike. So when I build, I'm normally building something more like Ants Artillery. I'll go with Maelstrom's Shield a lot. But this time, let's just build something different. Oh, let's get Maelstrom's
Choose a
Shield.
talent.
Hyper cooling. Take blunt force. Take
Yeah!
gradual range. Although be
Affirmative!
so this time, the range increases every 3 seconds. Okay, toggle minion. So, as you can see, from bush, I can hit anywhere in the lane. Which is kind of nice.
A little
But at the same time, not being able to move, well, bad positioning, I have to here's a sweet. Here, this is a good spot right here. Activate it. Somehow they can see me now that I have activated it before. But even with my nice little sweet spot where I was in a position where I attacked, at level 5, I still can't reach the key. I mean, it'd be one thing if I could kind of come up from behind and just siege the key myself, but not being able to do that, you might as well have to do it.
Time for
Now they did change World DMG. It used to its timer used to be like actual
lightly.
how long it would take. So that if you did it, say, well, you did it the long way, it would take like 10 seconds. However long it took to go from one end of the map to the other is how long it took off screen. Which also meant that if you did like this,
A little vibe.
like, well, about 5 seconds. It's going to come up through at about 2 seconds. And then it'd come back up through after 2 seconds. So if you did it in like a small area like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, continuously, which wasn't that bad.
Absolutely.
I'm going to go ahead and drop this here. For some reason, First Strike seems to be broken. Like, it seems to always be up. I don't know why.
Move it or lose it.
Anyway, this was my Storm Talk on Sergeant Hammer. I hope that it was informative and enjoyable. And I'll see you next time.